It is July, and it's time to recap and round up all the releases that we've made, all the release notes, all the features that we released in the last 30 days.
I love Release Roundup, John. It is one of my favorite things you and I do each month. And it honestly, I think I learn as much about this as anything. And there it is. Look at big and bold letters. Let's just start going through this stuff.
There's so many things. So many things we're going to touch on today. So make sure, buckle up for this edition of Release Roundup. A lot of new features introduced related to AI. So keyboard shortcuts for AI Companion, support calendar panel when on half panel display mode, and the initial release of Zoom Workplace for Meta Quest devices. Do you have yourself a Meta Quest device?
I don't, but I'm considering getting one.
I think we should attend. I think maybe one of our next release roundups we do from the Meta Quest. What do you think?
From the metaverse on Meta Quest devices. I like it. Notice something very important there. Scroll just up a little bit. That is going to be interesting for those Meta Quest devices. Users can install the Zoom Workplace from Meta Horizon Store on MetaQuest AR/VR headsets. The app supports multiple sign-in methods, including username, password, single or social login options, and SSO. Previously, we had a problem with SSO sign-in across the metaverse sign-in. So Okta, Entra, Authenticator sign-ins are now going to be supported for the Zoom Workplace app inside of there. Very cool feature.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what my avatar looks like over there. May have to invest in a new headset.
Yes.
And I know that we already work on, for what it's worth, I know that we already work on the Vision Pro by Apple. Please chime in if you have dropped the $3,500 on the Apple Vision Pro headset. I would love to know which partners out there have done that. Some other enhanced features here to our app update experience with auto update enrollment. What in the world does this mean?
Well, John, it appears that users can manage the Zoom Workplace app updates more effectively through an improved update interface. We're allowing people to have a little more granular control over those app updates. By the way, we have rolling updates. When we talk about being an agile company, we truly are, which means that we run updates probably every couple of weeks. They're almost always smaller incremental updates, not majorly impactful. However, we sneak in some really cool features such as we talked about. So now the opportunity to have a little more control over that, whether you can roll in the automatic updates, staying current, manual, giving people a little more control over that.
For the automatic update user, it's a lot easier here. So also improved contact search results with AI Companion. That's good. Enhancements to AI Companion accessibility from website links so they can launch.
If you haven't done the Try It in Zoom from Zoom's website, give it a click. That's cool stuff.
Yep. And then enhancements to App Mention in AI Companion panel for mobile. So if you do use your mobile device all the time, like I do, as we've already established in previous videos, you can now App Mention team members directly with AI Companion panel.
And they're giving you a drop down right on the mobile app if you App Mention.
I love the more stuff we put into our mobile app. Speaking of mobile app, we now support personalized audio isolation on iPads. This is a big one.
So now I actually am bridging into the iPad, not as a full replacement for laptop, but it's definitely, I find that I can take my iPad. I am not on your level where I'm mobile only, just the cell phone only yet. However, I will bring my iPad because it gives me a little more keyboard action because I've got the nice little Bluetooth keyboard and everything. And so, adding that additional, maybe we should do an episode of this from the iPad.
I love it. This next one is of keen interest to me. This is super exciting because I saw this when it was kind of in the initial stages before it was released, and now it is released. You can schedule meetings and resolve conflicts within AI Companion. So, give you a little example here. I can say schedule a meeting with Eric in AI Companion, and it knows that I interact with you a lot, Eric. So it's going to say,
Yes.
"Hey, do you want to schedule a meeting for next week?" And I say, "Yeah, next week is good. How about Thursday?" And it says, "Well, it looks like you're both busy on Thursday. Would you like me to reach out to Eric for a certain time on Thursday?" It'll send you a chat message on my behalf and say, "Eric, John wants to know if you're available for a meeting next Thursday at 3 o'clock." And then it'll mark it. And once you respond and say, "Yes, I'm available that time," it'll actually put it on my calendar just based on that little chat session that it had. So I can simply prompt
cool.
AI to start working for me. And that's really a core aspect of what we term agentic AI. It is being an agent for me and helping me out as part of my daily workflow. Super cool feature.
Nice. And next we have host controls for managing participants' speaking language and translations. John and I actually sit on a lot of meetings with a lot of different languages being spoken, and so the ability to have a greater level of control over who individually is speaking, which languages, and what translations we want to see with that. This goes right into our recently updated captions panel, where we have a greater visibility into who's saying what and seeing the translations going on in there.
You see, we're putting this in voice recorder as well, where you can have multiple languages in your voice recorder. If you haven't used voice recorder yet, great feature to have. Turn it on. You can use it on your mobile device. Use it on your desktop now as well. Some big features there around voice recorder and now multiple languages as part of that as well. It'll basically transcribe anything that it hears. You can be sitting anywhere in a classroom, in a lecture hall, in just a meeting over lunch. It'll detect the voices and then start transcribing those messages or those that dialogue, I should say, between the people talking onto your own Zoom client and summarize it for you as well.
So this next one, super cool. You and I use this all the time, and
yes.
I truly appreciate the enhanced screen share presenter layout. So not only do we have the ability for multi-screen, multi-person sharing, now we don't have to. It used to be, John, you've had this happen before where, oh man, I forgot to share sound. I got to redo all this stuff.
Yep.
Now you can bring up that share tool and change your settings on the fly as you go, and it's not a big disruptive procedure. The layout of it is also very simplified and easy, so that all you got to do to share multiple screens, just hit shift. Or multiple apps, multiple screens, things like that. It really, really is nice for people that are sharing screen a lot like ourselves.
There's some enhancements to personal meeting rooms, some enhancements to custom AI companion consent notices on mobile devices, enhancement to smart recording with AI companion transcript availability for playback, so users can access smart recording with AI companion features using highlight, summary, smart chapters, next steps, and meeting coach without requiring a meeting transcript to be displayed with the cloud recording on the playback page. So AI features remain, and then transcript basically can go away. So if you don't want to include the full transcript, then you can do that now.
Very cool. But enhancements to the audio settings in meeting, be able to modify this as well. Look at this. Oh, I just changed a setting of mine. You might not even notice it, but I've modified a setting of mine, and now I get to modify it back to what it was. Probably didn't notice a lot of difference in that, but there are certain times when if I had a louder environment or a quieter environment, like my office is generally pretty quiet, so I can have the original sound for musicians off. I can modify this very quickly and easily with the enhanced audio settings.
There's a new one in there that I really want to call out. So here's a quick video on it right now. If I select audio and scroll down through this section, you'll notice that there's some new options here under audio profile. By default, Zoom says Zoom background noise removal, and that's recommended for most users. And then you have some options there that allow you to adjust the amount of noise suppression. So for faint background noises, I would use low. However, there's this new option for personalized audio isolation. This is super cool because we're able to use our voice print, use my voice print to optimize my audio. So it's going to pick my voice out, just my voice, and remove all the other background noise in the meeting. So let's give this a try. Let's create a voice print recording. So it says when you're ready, start recording and read the text below out loud. So this is what it's going to use to actually create that voice print. Hi there, Zoom. I will talk for a bit so you can get... So now let's see how I sound. There's a fair amount of noise in the background right now. You can probably hear that. I'm going to turn on original sound for musicians. This also still provides a lot of the ambient room audio. However, I'm going to turn on our typical noise removal. Here's what it sounds like. Not too bad, but this will actually isolate my voice even more when I turn on personalized audio isolation. There's a lot of background noise right now, and I'm still about, I don't know, a foot away from my MacBook microphone, and it's still able to pick up my voice over all of the other noises that it hears in the background.
John, that's a phenomenal feature. I'm a very cool thing in addition that we have inside of here.
Yep.
But let's talk about this next one, the ability that we're enhancing the meeting sharing summary access, similar to Zoom docs and whiteboards and things that we have, to have that unified sharing system that permissions can be changed through any entry point.
So this means I can take a meeting summary now and simply send it to someone with a link, right?
Yes. And control who has access, whether it's people with a link within restricted organizations. The super cool functionality. And we're seeing Meeting Summary, the first best AI companion feature that was out there. Remember, 2023's AI companion feature of the year just keeps getting better.
Yeah, there's some enhancements, more enhancements to mobile there for gallery view, which of course I appreciate. In-meeting questions with AI companion can now be archived. Let's talk team chat. What's the first one up here on team chat, Eric?
Unread filter on the message page. That's right. I can filter. You know, I do not like having unread messages. So
right. No read,
mentions
right?
And unread, they're all bad. But the ability to filter on that, if you got caught behind and you got a lot in there, be able to filter out and see which ones are going to be the most important for you to answer right there, so that the unread messages remain visible in the filtered view until they are marked as read.
We can search deactivated users on global search, restrict specific users from chatting with external participants in group chats and channels. So if you do have external chats and channels and users that you're communicating with, you can start to restrict that, prevent certain users from participating in those group chats and channels with external folks. Redesigned group direct message icon on desktop app, a little cleaner there. Pop-up guide to self-enabling chat summary features. Pin a Zoom doc shared folder to chat tabs. That's another big one.
In case people didn't know, by the way, we added folders inside of Zoom docs.
Yep.
We talked about that last time. Now we can pin that Zoom doc right inside of there.
Organization is key here.
I love this one.
Yeah.
Personalized channel names with emoji icons in the desktop app. I immediately started putting all types of cool emojis on the different channels, right, with the names. And normally, I have a sea of channels in there, right, a lot of different subjects going on. Now I have this quick little icon. I pick bright colors and very easily recognizable things so that when I search by my mentions and unread messages, I see what channel they're part of easily.
Yeah. There's a new link section in the Team Chat Resources tab. I love how it consolidates all the resources that have been shared within that Team Chat channel. Global search enhancements on the mobile app for Android.
For Android only, which
right.
I got one sitting around here someplace.
External contact support for Zoom phone calls and voicemail notifications. So Zoom users can now view Zoom phone call voicemail notifications directly within their one-to-one chats with external contacts. So this actually just consolidates a lot of the view and brings them all together, which is a lot easier to view.
So the enhancements to mobile team chat interface with desktop parity features, right? Making these more of a common interface. That's something, John, I know you have a passion for. I actually do too. If you're going to want, if we're going to make that mobile so useful, one of the ways to do that is to make it not seem different than the desktop. We have a different form factor, but that's it.
Yeah. Enhancements to document summaries in chat, so you can summarize within Zoom Docs. Enhancements to creating and pinning a doc as a tab within a chat or channel. Enhancements to call
and voicemail notifications, so we get a better experience when we see those phone and voicemail events inside of Team Chat. The red badge notifications will appear only for voicemail messages.
AI Companion, the mobile app, is now enhanced with capabilities that match that of the desktop app. Love to hear it. The mobile interface has been redesigned to offer a more intuitive and seamless interaction with AI-powered features. So it's consistent with what you see on the desktop. There's also some guided enablement for composition, scheduled meetings in continuous meeting chat, the ability to disable direct message while maintaining access to a continuous meeting chat. So more granular control if you want to have a near broadcast message, right? So previously our process was you either had a chat structure with channel or group that a channel that was either everybody was collaborative or it was one directional. Now we can say, no, it's collaborative for the group. Individual is only one direction. What's new in phone?
So much new in phone. We have to select online fax file service. Yes, our online fax service. Users can access files from third-party cloud providers using Zoom's file picker service. What is it? So Zoom has fax, native fax, cloud fax built into it. And you can pull from this. Well, normally we've been pulling from, now we have the ability to pull from other cloud services, right? This is OneDrive and Google, the ability to pull from those sources to get your files. This is a phenomenal uplift where we're looking at, okay, I don't like storing things on my desktop. I have a very small hard drive for a reason. I have cloud services all around. So the ability to pull directly from that cloud service without having to use my computer as a middle point, great feature set.
Did you know that Mitel phone systems can be integrated with Zoom? And hey, this one has a big client enhancement here with additional call forwarding capabilities and VDI support. So there's presence indicators as well between phone systems now, and you can have a common presence state between both phone systems, which is great. Video mail display prioritization, voicemail. Nice.
So video mails is this awesome feature, but it's always kind of had a back row with some of our new AI features. We're bringing that back into the fold with the interface elements. We get revised title, description, and information icons.
Display original caller identification for transferred calls in call history. So you can get a comprehensive call transfer information card when you get a call transferred from Zoom Contact Center to Zoom Phone. I know a lot of users have been waiting on this one. Yep. Just a reminder that for variables and sentiment data from ZCC, users must have the PowerPack license to see that data. Here's one.
Your old system, the Mitel, got some love. Well, so did my old system, the Avaya PSI, which is phone system integration, device support, and call management. Account owners and admins can implement advanced telephony features in Avaya environments, including call park, unpark buttons, normal and extended call pickup, send all calls functionality, which if you're an Avaya person, you know what that is. The system supports team button bridging on a bunch of extra features. So we're taking those PSI, those phone system integration, Mitel and Avaya, and really enhancing those.
Yeah, some new stuff coming to Contact Center as well, including enhancements to knowledge-based search with AI-generated answers. Just a whole slew of things that we have added here over the month of July.
I mean, can we get a golf clap for our developers and engineers over here at Zoom? Just absolutely killing it. They do not rest. They do not stop.